It's already pressed, so I'm not pressing it for very long.
Wow, looks great. That's perfect. And what's the durability on something like that?
Life of the shirt.
Awesome.
There's a cut contoured heat transfer from that machine that we can then apply to the t-shirt.
So you print it here, yes?
Yep.
And then he's applying it and dressing it up and basically getting the design proper. And then once you get that, then now do you have to do that? You have to do that every single time, right? For every shirt.
Yep, every shirt it gets printed, everything gets weeded, the excess material, and then like he just put it on here. We would then take, we remove background, and actually, this is a dud shirt.
So, I mean, this is pretty labor intensive. Yes. I mean.
Yep. And then, well, we always pre-press it. Of course, none of these times are proper, but we're left with.
I can feel the heat off of it. Looks great. And then the guide is lasers there.
Yeah, they're independently moving. We can set them up
Oh, I see.
wherever we want them to
Oh,
go.
that's awesome.
So these actually really allow us to put an image wherever it needs to go
Is that?
with repeatability.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
You just have to make sure the shirt's straight.
right. Yeah.
That's it.
And, but making the shirt straight, it's on you, right? As far as. Well, that looks fantastic. That was quick, actually. There's only a minute or so between him setting it up.
Right.
How long's the setup?
It takes a little longer to press properly,
Right. But it's a beautiful looking shirt.
but yeah, all in all. And when it's up, it doesn't have that glare.
No, it doesn't actually. Sweet. All right. There you go.
I just
So
wanna-
this machine, this is a newer technology. Yes.
Yes, the direct-to-garment machine, when it came out, it was this specific model from this company was the first one in its market, in its class, developed and designed from the ground up to be a direct-to-garment machine, where the other printers that they were using for this job were basically refurbished paper printers. So this is the first one where they said, we're going to build a machine for direct-to-garment, not just outfit a regular printer with t-shirt printing ink, because those print heads weren't made for those types of inks to go through them.
Very
which
specifically.
which is why there was so many problems, so much maintenance involved with a lot of these machines, where this newer model doesn't require as much. But because it is a new machine and a new technology, it still comes with its ups and downs. So this pre-press of the shirt flattens the shirt, gets it ready for printing, gets the extra moisture out of it. When I go to put this on the platen here, I now have a really nice printing surface. I can't have wrinkles on this machine. There's a laser that reads anything in front of it as it goes into the machine. So if there's any obstructions, it will not print. Getting the extra moisture out helps with the curing process, because we don't want a wet shirt.
So it's cured instantly, pretty much, right?
Nope.
Oh, it's not.
It's going to be taken out of this machine, put onto the heat press, and cured on the heat press.
Okay. So prints it. Now then you're curing it on the heat press.
Yep.
Okay.
I just have to send the file to the machine. It's going to do 2 passes.
Okay, so it backs up and then I'll just print it out straight.
Mm-hmm. On a dark shirt, we would pre-treat the shirt. It then gets 2 layers of white ink, and then the color goes on top of the white ink so that it's sitting on a white base, and the color of the shirt doesn't affect the color of the image on top.
I see. And it's printing a good swath. I thought it was going to be a lot thinner. It's printing what, probably a 1/4 inch, maybe 1/2 inch of a clip.
I've always thought that was a pretty impressive pass. Yeah.
It is, because it's like it's only passed maybe 10 times and you almost got the whole logo finished already. Oh, that's quick. Yeah.
It's on a quick setting that's going to print as minimum ink and as fast of an initial pass as possible, but it is set up to do a double strike.
Okay. So it'll just reinforce the...
Yep, it's going to go through, do one more pass, and then the shirt will be ready to cure. Whatever you want to call it.
Wow, that looks fantastic. That was quick. Is that, so you still have it on the quick setting, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a double.
But it was
And
double.
there's actually...
Right. So now he's got to take it and cure it.
Is there
And
any...
there's banding. I'm going to have to do something about that.
Okay. So is there any property to that paper as far as sealant, or is it just to protect the
Nope.
ink from the heat?
Just protects it. It's a thin paper that allows the moisture to breathe out. However, this paper does yellow after a certain number of uses, so I'm always replacing it every couple.
So it's reusable, right?
Yes, for like 4 to 5 shirts. I don't really use too many more.
Right.
On a dark shirt, you can use it a little bit more because it's not really going to affect the image.
Sure. No, I don't really see... Oh, I see. There's a teeny tiny little bit of
Hold
band.
up, Max. Hold it.
Yeah, for me, that's too much.
Hold it up.
I can't even see it. So... And you won't see it on the... It looks awesome. That's nice.
Sorry about that.
Totally embedded in that.
It's part of the shirt now. Yeah, you can't feel it.
Feel it.
Crazy.
Stop.
It's okay to touch it.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Holy cow. Well, that's a huge game changer,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is literally part of the material. I mean, you can see the
Sublimation
gradient.
turns it into a vapor, and then it solidifies into the fibers.
You can
That's
see the
what
gradient though on
sublimation-
the shirt. You know what I mean? On the texture of the material.
You
Yeah.
have to have a particular polyester material for sublimation. You can't do sub on cotton.
I see.
On a dark shirt with the pre-treatment where the white ink sits on it, you are going to feel the print on the shirt because the white ink is thick.
Right. It's just the nature of the material.
Yes.
Right?
You can send us a cell phone photo. We can take your cell phone photo, put it on the shirt just as easy as that printed there.
You can.
Mhm.
And is that the nature of the business now? Kind of, it's all just done remotely. Nobody.
That's what I'm about.
Yeah. Right. Right.
You know?
Just send me the image and let
Yeah,
me get it done.
I'll do it.
Proofing and stuff too. Are we looking at a 48-hour? Like, so if I send you a picture, what's our?
Depending on what's going on that day, I can get stuff done, yeah. There are people that have come in while I have the machines on where I'll do their stuff on the spot and send them on their way.
Wow.
That's the detail that machine will print with.
Yeah, that's a great example actually with that fur. And what DPI was this? I just thought ballpark.
That's a
it.
long time ago.
Is it?
Yeah, it was a good
So
one though.
is there a minimum DPI with this?
No, we've taken images as small as half an inch tall and blown them up to be basically full front, and they're not too bad when you step back a little bit. You know?
Yeah, but that's impressive. I can't. I mean, I have decent software. I don't think I can do that.
This is just a real application of doing this.
As you can see, the sign
How we do this.
comes right out of the material based on the way that cut. The perf cut actually cuts through the section, leaves a section, cuts through a section, leaves a section. So it's actually a dotted perforated line where we can then separate it from the material.
I see.
And this one I didn't do very good. It's got a little extra edges because this one's getting taped over. It's not
I
important.
see. So, yeah, and if it wasn't, you would just give it a quick cut, right?
Yeah, actually, a good example would be. This would be a good example.
So what are these? Oh, that's great. And it's clean humor. A little blue, but will this cut around that, and you just have to unpeel it?
See, it is cut around, yep.
So, but I mean,
You pop them out of the carrier.
that's what I was gonna
The
ask.
whole thing, and then you pop them out.
We're trying to show the clean.
That's a contour
Beautiful,
cut.
clean lines, right? Well, and even on this, I mean, that was the machine. That wasn't you guys. I mean, it's a beautiful,
Right.
clean line. Is that part and parcel why that machine's so? I mean, it does a great job at the printing, but it also to be able to cut like that.
You have to know. You guys
Yeah.
gotta set it up.
It's a plotter cutter. That's what they call it, a plotter cutter.
Your product lines. I mean, you do T-shirts, you do vinyl stickers, you do wall graphics, you do signs, you do banners, posters.
Yes, correct.
It's just anything that's not on paper.
Correct.
Basically.
We don't print paper.
Right.
We have a fine art
don't do
poster
posters.
material, and we would print like one poster for somebody if they needed a really nice paper product.
Right.
We also have a canvas material if somebody wants to get a picture frame and then get some photo printed on a nice canvas where you don't have it painted by somebody.
But that's almost preferable, right?
Right.
I mean,
See-
It's archival poster canvas,
right.
and so is the paper. It's archival paper, but it's not for something you're just going to print and put in your window for your school play.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, this isn't a print shop in that
Right.
regard.
Right.
Then that's
Right.
the big differentiation here. Is
Right.
that
It's
this
a
isn't
fine art poster.
Right.
Mhm.
You guys are doing high quality graphic design,
Exactly.
high
Yes.
quality graphics printing,
Correct.
which is a big differentiator. When somebody sees Sir Prints a lot, you know, it's easy. Any print shop can be misinterpreted. It just depends. So that's why I wanted to communicate this.
Correct.
So high-end design, high-end printing, high-end base materials. We've archival pretty much everything, right? I mean, it's that high quality.
Right.
Right. And so the applications run the gamut. And just call you
Yep.
and talk.
Yep.
Let you, what you need. Now,
Everything's
is there any?
custom.
There's no job that we.
No,
Ever
we'll
refused.
try it. If we can pull it off, we'll do it. We just got asked to do a 20-foot banner. So
Right.
We never
Have you
did
done
it.
a 20-footer?
We haven't
we
done
did
it.
24-foot ones.
He wants it two-sided, so we have
told you.
an extra challenge. But I think we've got a couple ideas on how we're going to figure it out. So
Well, and that's you know, part and parcel of any business. Like, okay, you have a new challenge, you have a new task. Once you accomplish that, now I've got another tool.
I'm going to do it this one time. If it works out well, then we know that we can do it, and we'll keep that in mind for next time.
That's awesome. And you will, if you can. You know, everybody can walk in off the street and possibly have their order done within a day or two.
We have
Yeah.
had people walk out with their garments in hand.
Minutes, depending on what they want.
Does
Right.
anybody do that? I've never heard
Yes.
of that. You know?
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yes.
saying you do it, but I don't know.
Oh,
any
I
other
don't
print
know.
shop
We
that
had,
do
No.
that.
I mean, lady came in not too long ago. She asked for she wanted a hoodie. She got a tie-dye hoodie. She asked for her name on it, and we went to think, well, we go to put a color on the tie-dye, and we ended up using a really fancy glitter flake color that was brand new. That's kind of buried. This pink, and because of the texture and the glitter, it actually stood off of the tie-dye
Almost like a
colors.
three-dimensional.
And usually with tie-dye, the color that you put on it, because of the texture, they're similar. You lose the color in some of the other colors because they're similar.
Right.
This one stood off the shirt. Her name was visible. And she walked out in, 10 minutes? She came in, said, can I have my name? I said, I'll cut it right now. And the machine was on, so I
She asked
cut
me-
it.
Yeah, that's almost its own market. You know, to walk
She-
in and-
We can't do that every day.
No.
But
But the fact that you
catch
can.
us with the
sometimes.
machines on and we're doing those kinds of garments that day, we can absolutely cut it right then.
If I've got time, I'm going to do it just to
Well,
get
and
it
it speaks
done.
to your customer service that you would even.
Customer
you know,
service is our most important product here.
It's everything.
It's everything. We do everything that we can to help anybody out.
Embroidery is part of your business, and it's not done on site, but a woman that you've subcontracted out will do this.
She works for us, yes.
Oh, so okay, she does work for you. So she does great work.
We think she's the best in the county, so absolutely.
She was my coworker when I worked at the other company.
Oh, she was.
Yes.
And now does she do this solely on her own now? This is her private business. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely pro. Turnaround on embroidery, is it any different than the store? I mean, you get it in when you...
Takes a little longer. She's a one-man shop, so she's probably about a week and a half to 2 weeks.
Okay, but for embroidery, I think, isn't that common, like for embroidery to be a little longer?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. You guys have been open for how long?
We've been open for 3.5 years now.
You have, and you were a graphic designer by trade prior to coming here, correct?
No, I was accountant, but I have my BFA in fine art, but never really worked in that field other than for freelancing.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about more of this on the interview. So what was interesting to me when I first found the shop was that you guys are hybrid. Because you have this awesome shop up here. You have jewelry, you have this stuff that you make over here, which we'll show in a second, which is very rare for a print shop. So we'll talk about all that. So now, you have your ugly tees here, which are hilarious.
Right, we're in our
These change
Christmas season.
constantly, or-
They're just a product that we carry just as just for our customers, so they can have a place to come and get ugly shirts other than Walmart.
Yeah, well, and I don't
they're a
think
little
you're gonna find
different.
these at Walmart.
No, they're a little different.
Yeah.
It's just a customer supply product that we have for everyone.
I see. That's super fun. In a print shop.
The jewelry is my creation. I'm a trained gemologist with GIA.
You are.
And I started making jewelry after my training and would do that at vendors and craft shows and such. And when we came here, now it has its own home in a pretty case, and I don't have to go do craft shows anymore.
You still make this regularly?
Yes.
But is it kind of cathartic as well?
Very much so.
It's
Very much so. I enjoy
relaxing.
it entirely. And again, it's a custom product as well. I have some pieces here, but I love to work with my customers' broken pieces. We recycle and create anything that they choose.
And you'll do custom pieces?
Absolutely.
So it's just a matter of coming in. Now, these are really beautiful, too. So, I mean, this isn't like you're just knocking these out and it's a hobby that doesn't look professional. These look very, very, I mean, they look as good as anything you would see anywhere.
I choose my stones individually. I shop all around the world. I have many vendors all over the world with all of my contacts through GIA.
So you always had to love the stones, but you didn't start making the jewelry until 40.
Yeah.
Wow. What was your job at that point at 40?
I've been in business and accounting.
So you were in accounting. So,
I've been an office manager, probably my whole life.
But the stones, I mean, it was a very, like I said, very soothing, very cathartic thing to do when you would get out of work. And did you find yourself just being adept at it right away? Because
I had my friends ask me to make jewelry. I didn't even want to.
Really? So this was all done initially by request?
By my coworkers.
Because you had...
Because they knew I was learning. And then they said, why don't you make jewelry? And I really didn't want to. And now I do.
You do, right? Well, it's really...
I also do a lot of different settings and stuff. This is a hand-weaved setting, and this is all weaved with wire. It's all done by hand. The back's completely finished, and the front's completely finished.
Oh, that's pretty. That's a new thing for you? Set of stones
Yeah,
like this?
it's like that, yes, because it's unique, and it's less expensive than gold or silver. I can use copper or brass.
But it's just as effective. Actually, to tell you the truth, it's almost more effective, right? It has, because I love the variance in the color.
This one is made with polymer clay. It's made to look like pewter, but it's actually polymer clay.
Pewter's nasty, right?
Yeah.
Let's face it.
Or silver, but yeah, it's...
Why don't we do this? Can we do that? That totally looks like pewter, though.
Again,
What is it? It's just a polymer?
it's a polymer clay, yeah. I baked it on there.
See, but that's just fun. Do you know what I mean? Right? You just have fun doing this. And it's the catharsis that you have when you make jewelry.
And then when I found out it stuck to rocks, that's how the candles happened.
You also make the candles, right? And so what started first? It was this?
Once I found out that the clay stuck to the rocks, I tried it on glass.
You did?
And the tea light candle holders took off. So these are all sculpted. There's no paint on any of these.
Really? This is the inherent color in the material?
Correct.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really nice.
Yeah, that's a slice of clay. That's about 50 rolls of clay put together into a cane. It's called a millefiori.
Oh, these are
Technique.
cool. Is this like something that
That's a vase.
Oh, that's
And it has
really
gemstones. It actually has mother of pearl gemstones on it.
Pretty. It does. Oh, I like it. I really like it. Will you custom make?
And they're all designed to play with the light. So when you have your candle in it, it will light up.
Ah. Right.
And then when you blow it out, a lot of them actually glow in the dark as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I love stuff like that because it'll reflect off the ceiling, off the wall.
Yep,
Right?
and yes, and they look great without the candle in them as well.
Yeah, these are fantastic. But this is, we have electric ones as well.
Right, that's a lamp. Actually turns on, has a color changing bulb in it.
That's super cute. You're really neat. We got the sunflower. You do a great job. I mean, seriously, this is its own entity. You
It's
know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I did a lot of it. I sold these like crazy.
How did the tie-dye come about? Because there's a lot of it.
We carry tie-dyes because everybody loves tie-dye.
It's
Even
just an
today,
item, right?
everyone loves tie-dye. And I have a wonderful supplier for them. They hold up really well. And I carry t-shirts, tank tops, long sleeves, hoodies, and you can buy them just as is, or you can have them decorated any way you wish.
And the wall decals, did you start the wall decals? Was that right out of the gate, or?
Yes, that was a material that we thought we'd like to have. It's wall vinyl.
Okay.
Can't say what it's like.
Right.
We have been doing that right from the beginning. It's just a lot of fun. It's a material that can be reused on the wall. It doesn't hurt the wall once you apply it. You can
Removable.
peel it
On
down.
any
It's
surface?
removable. No,
Pretty
not
much?
on every surface. It's primarily for a flat surface
Okay.
and a cured painted wall.
So what about, for cars like decals and, if I
We do lettering for vans and vehicles. We don't do the application. We can prepare it for you to apply. We don't have a
Right.
barn or a garage
Oh,
to
sure.
do
But I mean, you
applications.
can make it, though. Isn't it
Yes.
the same material that we
Yes.
would get anywhere else, right?
Correct.
Awesome. So banners are a big component of your business, I'm sure, because vinyl banners, everybody needs them for some reason at some point. It's the same premise. Come in, talk to you, you'll design it on the spot or within a couple days,
Correct.
proof it. Materials for banners, is it pretty much all the same?
Yes, it pretty much is. This is a 13-ounce scrim. It's your average banner material.
Okay, when we say scrim, that's just the name of the
That's the
material?
name of the material.
Okay. 13 ounces is your standard, and
Yes.
will you go up higher?
They can go up higher if you're doing some applications that are going to be an outdoor application that needs to be very strong for winter. But we do not do large format banners like that because we do not sew. We don't have the industrial machine to do the sewn edges.
Right. Now, will you guys grommet it for us if you have the capability
We
to do
use
that?
something called a power tab, which is a adhesive tab, and these tabs are actually stronger than grommets, and they do not rip through.
Oh, really? Well, that's
So we don't use grommets because they don't rust and they don't.
Well, yeah, they're right. They're I think just the nature of punching through a material, you're weakening the material.
We've had our banner up there for 3.5 years now, and it's still hanging just fine from the power tabs.
And that's
And that's a big banner.
So power tabs, they don't hurt the integrity of the material.
No.
And that's the purpose. Of
And
it.
they're clear so they don't hurt the image either.
Right. That's awesome. Size for banners, how small and how large?
We have a 54-inch machine. We can go up to a 48 to 50-inch banner.
Wow.
By any length, but we would like to keep it to about 12 feet.
Okay. Just yeah, and I suppose you don't get many.
No, we do
Yeah.
get them that size, but
Right.
not very many bigger than that, no.
Why is it that up there? That's awesome. I just noticed that.
That's
Sorry.
another material
Total
that we
ADD.
use. We do a black wall vinyl material that's just your black material that you can also do if you're,
I like that.
you know,
Wow.
your text that you want to put up over in your soffit,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah,
we cut
everybody's
those as
doing
well.
those now.
Your sayings.
Oh, you will, right. I was just at the Wyoming Council for the Arts yesterday, and she had those all over.
Yep.
So that's that.
That's
That's
what
actually
that is.
important to note, actually, because that's getting really popular. Even in homes,
Mm-hmm.
it's becoming a thing. You know, people will put this type of stuff in kids' rooms or
Right,
whatnot.
right.
So we have our banners.
Correct.
I don't know this technology, so that's why I'm asking, playing devil's advocate. So if I have a business and I have a sign above, now I know there's sign companies that do this, but is there a vinyl graphic component to any of that?
Yes, we do vinyl signs on hard substrates.
Okay.
We don't do your cut wooden signs. We don't do
Oh,
that.
sure,
we
sure,
don't
but
do
I mean-
lighted signs, but your vinyl signs
That's
on
what I
a,
was at,
on
yeah.
a metal substrate that you would put, you know, above your business. Yes, we do those. We also do something called perf material and window perf. And if you look up here, I don't know if you can see the delineation of the gray spot on the window,
Yes.
but if you go outside,
You
I
don't
can
see
show
it.
you what that looks like.
That's why we have this. Okay. So we go outside and whoa.
That's what that looks like.
Oh, that's awesome.
From the inside,
Right.
it's see-through, and from the
Right.
outside you get your image, which is wonderful for your retail windows.
Oh, that's great. And you guys will print these here.
Yes. And we do for businesses, sandwich boards for businesses.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. That's the application for businesses is important. A lot of times if you're doing a sale, you're doing a last minute sale, and you can just come down here and get your graphic printed for that.
Correct.
Is there a technology on these A-frames that you can remove that and reuse it?
This is removable.
Oh, it is.
On this particular A-frame,
Oh, cool. So what's that printed on? Just like a
It's
plastic?
on Coroplast.
On core plastic.
And
So
that sign's been there since we opened.
is that
And
what Max was just printing on? You applied the graphic.
I
design
apply that
software
vinyl to the Coroplast. Right.
I see. So let's go see that actually. He has that done, right?
Right. Yeah, but he.
There you go.
And we apply our vinyls to Coroplast. So you
And
have
the
full
core
color
glass
vinyl.
Is that, it's like
It's your perforated
honeycomb.
honeycombed material, correct?
Okay, let me get close on that so people know. And what's it called again?
Coroplast.
Coroplast. And it's generally what we see in a lot of retail.
Yes.
Right. And it's the durability of this and the lightness of this material, right, is its benefit.
Right.
It's the same thing as far as the size goes. You don't have a restriction other than your printing size.
Correct. Printing size and Coroplast size, correct.
Okay. And these aren't in. How do you cut them? Is it easy to cut?
That's not something we cut.
These are pre-cuts, but we do have 4x8 sheets that we can customize.
Okay, so you will order them at the size that.
No, I cut them in the 4x8 sheets. We can
Oh, you do.
customize them to whatever you need.
Okay, awesome.
Cut contouring, too many. So, if I was going to put a cut line around this in that machine, one of the things that I would do is copy and paste this image onto itself. And actually, let me make sure. All right, it is a transparent background. I will take and adjust the brightness, contrast, and intensity to make this image completely black. From here, I would trace the image into a detailed logo. This is going to give me a vector.
Okay.
I'm going to get rid of that. That gives me this shape that I had, which is now shaped.
You can do anything with it, right?
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a specific cut line to it, like that. And so now there's a physical shape that goes around the image for the machine to then read. I will.
You can pull it in and play with it.
Right. I won't print it like that. I will take my smooth tool, smooth this out, make sure all this is nice and round, make sure the nodes are good. There's no
the bumps.
glitches and issues and real bad bumps in there that the machine won't like. And if that looks good, one thing I might do is I might bring that border in a little bit. It looks like there's some space around it, and I don't want any white space when I go to cut it. So what I might do is create a boundary here, turn that into an object, make a new shape, put that back into this image with a new cut line. And as you can see now, when this goes to cut, it's just inside of it. We won't have any white space when this goes to cut.
We got it nice and cleaned up. So you just, what you do is go inside the pixels there? You did an interior cut?
I used the shape that I already had.
And just modified it as a whole?
I put a border around it, a stroke. And after I had the stroke, I then converted that into a shape and then filled that shape with another shape, pulled that out, and then put it back in.
I see. So you filled that with that shape, then put it back in, and then that's your cut line.
There was my bigger shape, and I filled it with this.
I love the
cut that, and brought it over here.